Hi there, Stampers. This is Kathy, and welcome to my very first video. I'm really excited to bring some great Stampin' Up! Ideas to you so that you can make some wonderful cards for friends and family. So today we're going to get started. I have two cards here. The first one is a congratulations card. It says, wow, congratulations, you did it. And then on the inside I have hip hip hooray. Very bright and cheery, would be great for a student or a young person. This one's a little bit more refined, a little bit softer. It's a woohoo, knew you could, knew you would, so happy for you. They're both the same size, standard A2 card, so let's go ahead and get started. The materials that I'm using today, the first thing that I have is from Stampin' Up. It's this little card collection, paper collection. It's called Cherry on Top. It's very bright and cheery. It has a lot of birthday papers on it, but it also has some other things, which is why I'm showing you that you don't have to just do birthday with that, but that you can do other things. I'm also doing the new Watermelon Wonder paper, and then this is the new green one as well, and then just some black. The stamp collection that we're going to be using today is this one that is called Bravo. The stamps are a little bit larger, as you can see, even larger on here, and it comes with 3 slabs of stamps. It's a really excellent value and gives you lots of great configurations that you can do for lots of different cards. So the paper that I've chosen today, we're going to work on this one today. You can maybe look for another video for this one a little bit later. So we're going to set that aside. But I wanted to show you the 2 paper collections. So for that one, I did the stripe. And then for the one that I'll be making later, it looks like it's little bows or little butterflies, little soft image. But the one that I'm doing today, I'm going to use the circles, where I used this stripe pattern with that one. So when we get done, you'll have 2 different ideas there of what you could make from this paper pack. All right, so we're going to put all that out of the way and go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do, as most of you know, I'm sure, we're just going to cut a card base. So how you do that card base is you take your 8.5 by 11 inch card, you score it in the middle, fold it in half, and then cut it right down the lengthways of the paper. Then when you're done folding them, you have 2 cards that are this size all ready to go. So to start our card today, we're going to start with our black card base, which is all cut. And the first thing that will go on it will be the Watermelon Wonder, and we're going to put it right in that area. And then the card piece that I've cut that's going to go on top of it is this cute one with the little circles. And I'm going to actually offset it just a little bit, kind of like I did in my first one, so that it's not just exactly centered the same. So when we get rolling here, I'm actually going to offset that a little bit so that you've got a little strip of your Watermelon Wonder around the bottom, and then we'll do our flag in green. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take our adhesive, and we're going to go around our cardstock here. And we're going to adhere this to the front of our card base. Now on this one, we're going to center it just about equal on all 4 sides. Now this first color of the watermelon is cut 5 1/4, excuse me, by 4. All right, so we're going to lay that aside. We're going to start working on this one now. So what I like to do is let's go ahead and get started with our stamping. I have cut a strip of paper here. Oops, that's not the right one. Excuse me just a second. Well, it looks like I lost my white one. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut another one. So according to my notes here, we need a white piece of paper 4 inches by 1 3/4. So we're going to go over here to the 4 inches. We're going to cut, and then we're going to go 1 3/4. This is just going to give us that little band there in the middle, right here. Congratulations. Then what I like to do, just so that it gives us a little bit of a guide on where to go, because this is 1 3/4, I'm going to move it over to about the middle. And I'm going to score that right down the middle, just a little line that we're going to use in a little bit. We're not going to really fold it or anything. We're just going to use it as a guide. So now what we're going to do is we're going to stamp wow there and congratulations there. And then as we get moving on the card, we're actually going to, this will be as a guide, and we're going to put our little strip of paper on there and we'll wrap it around. All right, so I've already got the wow on my block. And I'm going to ink up the Watermelon Wonder. This is a beautiful bright color. It definitely gives a suggestion of an orange, but it's definitely in the red tone. Now on these pads, just tap them. Don't get aggressive or you'll get ink all up in places that you don't want it. Excuse my head. I'm just going to look to see where that line is. I'm going to make sure everything is centered, and I'm going to press down. Give it a second for the ink to absorb into the paper and lift straight up. And wow, isn't that really good? How exciting is that? The next thing that I'm going to use is the congratulations. Everybody loves to get congratulated on something, don't they? And how fun is it to give actually congratulation cards to our friends and family, let them know how much that we appreciate them, things that they've done, and acknowledge the great things that people do. We really just don't tell people enough how wonderful they are. Now, I am actually using the Stampin' Up Black Ink. Oh, excuse me, I got a little bit of something on the back of there, a little piece of tape. This is a very black ink. I am really quite amazed with how rich it is. I know a lot of people use the Memento Black Ink, but I'm going to use this one. What I have found, though, is that, I'm just going to center it here, I do need to give it a little bit longer to dry than some of the other inks. But there's our congratulations. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to take just my heat blower and we're going to just dry that a little bit. All right, so now we're going to spray with our Stampin' Up mist and then clean it off right away in your little Stampin' Scrubber so that we don't leave that ink on those. Here, and here's what it looks like. We won't leave our ink on our stamp pads for too long, and our stamp feather, so that they don't get too stained. They will get some stained. That's always going to be a little bit stained, but at least it's clean. All right, so we're going to set that aside and that aside. So now we have our wow and our congratulations. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and take our little piece that we put together there, that we're going to put it right down through the middle. And I'm just going to use a little bit of my glue. Some things I like to use glue, sometimes things I like to go ahead and use my adhesive. I'm going to center it right on that little score line that we made. And press it down, making sure, of course, that it's nice and even. At least it gives us a little bit of a guide. And then bring that around to the back and press it down. Then what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and use our adhesive and we'll attach this to, actually we're going to put this on here and then we're going to put this over it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and adhere this down. Now this is the one where I said we were going to offset it a little bit. I'm just kind of lining it up here in this top corner. There we go. And then this one will go down, and it kind of goes over the over there, both sides. Okay. Wow! Congratulations. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Isn't that cute? Really, really cute. So now we're getting there, a little bit closer each time. The last thing that we're going to do is the You Did It. And I need to get that little stamp. And we'll put it on this block. Now I happen to have these little cubes. I don't happen to have the Stampin' Up ones yet. I will, but right now I'm still using these. And we're going to line it up there. You did it. Just kind of, the neat thing about these photopolymers, you can pick them up and move them. And you can get them straight, or you can actually kind of bend them a little bit if you want to make something like in a semi or a half circle or something. Okay, so we're going to ink this up. Nice and black. Oh, that is so pretty. And then I'm just going to center it. Give it a minute for that ink to absorb. And up. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I really like the way this Stampin' Up! Ink stamps. Just as I said before, it seems like it takes the black maybe just a little bit longer to dry than some of the others. So I'm just going to give it a shot of my heat tool. It doesn't take long, just to make sure we get that dry. Then what we're going to do is we're going to cut just a little flag here tip. You can just kind of see where your middle is. Make a snip. And then go in this corner here. Find your end piece. Snip. Come back over here, right on the edge. And snip. Now you've got a little flag. Then what I'd like to do is keep this end free. So we're just going to put a little glue right here. And we're going to attach it. Center it there wherever you would like for yours to be. You did it. How cute is that? We really do need to acknowledge friends and family when they do great things. Now we're ready for the inside. This will be kind of quick. Just cut you just have your paper that's already cut. The dimensions are in the description below. But this one is 5 1/4 by 4. And then we have a little accent strip that's 1/2 inch wide by 5 1/4 inches long. So this is going to go along there. And I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to just snip this off. I'm just going to make a little flag in the end. Now Stampin' Up! Also has that little flag punch. That's something that I'm going to be investing in not too long. But for now, this is what we're going to do. It works good. Takes a little bit of extra time, and then you got your little flag. So we're going to take our glue, or we can take our, you can use your snail, because it's nice and wide. You can go right down the middle there. We're going to just put it right in there. Right like that. Then we're going to use our stamp, and we're going to do hip hip hooray. How fun is that? Hip hip hooray. So we're going to take my wow off, one of my blocks, put hip hip hooray on. Again, just try to make sure you get it nice and straight. And then I'm going to do the Watermelon Wonder again. This is just such a bright, cheery color. You know, this paper pack, you've just got all kinds of neat things that you can do. And you can do some really amazing, beautiful. I got a little bit of ink there on my pad. I'm just going to go ahead and take a moment to wipe that off. We don't want to make any boo-boos at this point, do we? So make sure that we get it all wiped off. And then wherever you would like for it to be, just go ahead and get it centered in your paper. Straight down. Let it absorb. Straight up. Hip, hip, hooray. Wow. Okay, put this away. We don't want to get ink on us as we're working. Dry off my hand a little bit. And now we're ready to put this inside. So we're just going to put it right in there. We'll use a little bit of our snail again. There in the middle, and again center it, making sure you get it nice and even. Then you can write your sentiment and sign it however you would like. So there you go, there's your first card. Wow, congratulations, you did it. Hip hip hooray. Thank you so much for watching today, and as I said, I'll be doing another video in a little bit with some Tip Top Taupe. But here's two ideas that you can do with the brighter collection paper in this kit. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.